Hello, and welcome to the channel Gaming Like a Noob. I'm the Noob, and I call myself Sonsomi. And time for another episode of the Welling save. And I just wanted to start on this page because I just got approval from the board to upgrade our training facilities, which will cost in the region of £400,000, which isn't that much. I was expecting that it was going to cost us a lot more, so I'm happy with that. And it is expected to be done by 11th of July, I would like to say. So before next season, we will have a new training ground. Or an improved training facility. That's just super. And of course, we do not get a work permit for Casper Ottesen. Very disappointing. Yeah, we're not going to do... Yeah, how am I supposed to strengthen up front when we don't have the financial situation to do that? Yeah, we do have some money, but we're losing money. We are certainly, even though we have a very low wage spending compared to the budget that we are allowed to have, we are losing money in a very quick way. So I can't afford that. We need to get more sponsor money and stuff like that before. And yeah, so I'm just gonna put these words as first. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so. It will help me out a lot. And let's go with the wings. Because of course, as a couple have stated in my videos or commented, they are called the wings. I know this because when I started this save, I actually followed them on Twitter. So I follow of United, of course, and I follow Welling, and I follow Telford, because yeah, I feel that's the right thing to do when I'm having these situations. Things are going quite so and so for Welling in real life, but for Telford, I don't think there will be a Telford to play in the Vanarama situation next year, because they're dead last. They don't seem to be able to struggle away from that situation, unfortunately. Now, having said that, let's get into this game. And today we're going to play 4 games as usual. And we are not going to do any breaks in this one. I'm just going to play until we're done with those 4 games. If nobody gets postponed, it's going to be Northampton, Jewel Town, Barrow, and Doncaster. So let's get on with it. Let's see what we can do here now against Northampton, who are, let's see, they are actually right beneath us. Oh, that's a tough one. Now, I guess, considering we are getting a new improved training facilities, the selling of Eddie Petrie was quite a good one. But can we survive without Eddie Petrie? Will we be good enough to handle this? We're just going to have to wait and see. I'm hoping that Manchester United would release Neil Moore at the end of the season as well, because I think that's a player I really would love to get to Welling here. Chris Proser would be very welcome as well. So hopefully that's 2 players that they will release, but I don't think so. It looks like they could be doing some really good things down here for us. And of course, United are going to be signing them new contracts in that case. So but let's go on to the game. Let's see what we can do against Northampton with our new team. Let's hope that Akinwale actually will be able to take on the role that Eddie Petrie was having. But I know it's going to be hard for him. But yeah, we're just going to have to hope and see what's going to happen here. That's as said. Akinvale, Mahoma, to Bojang, tries to reach Morton, and Morton, oh, he hits the post. Oh, he was supposed to score there, of course. Oh, that wasn't good. Come on, don't let them. Yeah, good one. Wiggett saving us there. So 3 minutes into it, well, it was a good chance for us hitting the post. That does not count as on target. That is interesting. So bars and posts do not count as on target. All right. A ball by Neil Moore, but yeah. It's not good that Neil Moore has gotten a yellow card. I can't take him out. He's too important. Oh, crap. Here they come. And they score. And Neil Moore did not have the pace to keep up with him. That means that they surpass us in the league. They even go up to 3rd place. Dang it. We were supposed to do that. Oh. We're just going to have to be realistic and hopeful that we can come back. But we haven't been playing as good as they have so far in this game. So I guess they deserve the goal. Not much more I can say. But yeah, let's hope for a change here. Ad said, Akinwale, Mahoma. Ooh! If only he could have kept that down. So that it had gone underneath the bar instead of over the bar. Oh well. Let's see. Soon to be half time. We have another chance before the half time here, or will it be them? No, I said should. No, it will be them. Northampton is coming here now. This is not good. Come on, Welling. Come on, Wings. Ooh, good one. Terenzi hoisting it up, but Andrews nowhere near that one. This doesn't look well. Let's see what we can do here. Is there anything we can do? We can raise the tempo, and we can try to get more stuck in to try and win back the ball quicker and put more pressure on them once they have the ball. But that raises the risk of yellow cards, and we have both mid defenders with a yellow card, so they need to take it easy now. Neil Moore, well, for one good thing about Neil Moore not playing good for us is, of course, that we could try to get him. The same with Proser. If we can get them to play bad, we might be. It might be a bigger chance for them not to want to keep them and give us the opportunity to sign them. But of course, we don't know if they're good enough to play for us then. So yeah, it's with good and bad intentionals here, but he's been playing good in some of the games, so I'm hoping that he's good enough to play for us, to be honest. So yeah, now we have Chris coming in here as well to see if he can do something. Here's Proso, has Akinwale, and Akinwale puts it in! We have an equaliser. We have an equaliser. Superbly done. I'm actually thinking Paris Maghoma might be going out to get Gray Macaulay in. Or Macaulay Gray, I should say. Yes, let's do that. Do we have anything else? Oh, and Browser! Prince Browser turns it around! Perfectly! Yeah, we're still going to do the change, but how nice isn't this? We have still got one more, and I think it's going to be Russell because he's tired. So let's bring on Oliver Newton. Oh, Neil Moore getting tired now at the end of the game as well. Here's Newton with a throw-in. Akinvale. Newton gets the ball in, but their goalkeeper get the hands on that one. Come on, Wings. We need to fly a bit, but here they come. Windsor shoot, and Egan is there. Egan saves it. Thank you, Egan. Akinwale to Newton. Newton reaches Morton. Morton to Adshead. Adshead tried a long ball to Bojang, and Bojang gets it. Can he get it in? Now he tips it to Terenzi. Terenzi gets it in there, and there's Morton making it 3-1, and 3 points should be ours. I know there is 20 minutes still to play for, but 3-1 should be a secured situation, and we've turned this around. It looked so dim. Now it looks so good, but yeah, there they bring one back, and we're going to have a nervous last 15 minutes. And I really don't know if I want to go back in the tactics or if I should continue with this. But I'm going to continue. We want to, and I'm going to shout, focus, focus, focus. We don't want this. Ooh, good save by Egan. Focus, lads. We need 3-pointer here. We need to keep this dream alive. League One, I'm just hoping that if we reach League One, that we'll get some more sponsors and things like that, so that we can start earning some money. We can't live on these few bucks that... Oh, the equalizers. That was unfortunately. And we have no changes to do there. All we can do is pause the game and try to get some... I think we're going to stop working it into the ball box and just go for this. And maybe even put in a higher tempo. And is there anything we can do? Out of possession. Let's use tighter markings. And yeah, let's go. Let's see what that can do. If it can do anything. Or if we're going to be letting in another goal. I was pretty sure we were going to get 3 points there when we made 3-1. But it looks like we're going to lose them all. Holy smokes. Now Northampton has made the impossible and come back from 3-1. And I'll call that lose of a point. It looked so good with 3-1 there. 73rd minute, I was so sure. Oh well. At least we got a point out of it. The first half looked very dim. I thought we're not going to be able to turn that around. But we managed to turn it around. Yeah. Then they came back and... not very nice. Not very nice. One of the players to make him 7.6 in their game. Maybe he is as good as I was hoping he would be. But yeah, he's not giving the opportunity with us for now anyway. We're just going to have to wait and see for next season, because he's going to be lent out this entire season. It's going to be interesting to see the development of many of the players here. We have some interesting players to look upon. At the same time, we have some players to try and get rid of as well. Our squad is way too big to be down here. I think we have one of the few squads down here that is as big as a Premier League squad, and that just, the budget won't handle it. They want me to attend this meeting every time, and I have a fairly good idea what I want to sign and not sign. I don't need their talk. And now they want... Have we made an offer on him? Yes, we have. It's been a while since I played, and oh, that's one of those that have left Everton. How old is this player? Because he had a long, only 22, with that long of a history in Everton. I think he would be, I mean, look at this number. A number. It looks like he could be a really good player. So I'm hoping we will get him. But now that other clubs, this is, of course, just Crawley Town so far. And Portland Timbers have, is he also a player that we're trying to get? No, it's not. He's just on our shortlist. All right. Good numbers on this one as well. And look at the CA and PA here. Those are high. But we can't offer him contract, can we? Nope. No, we cannot. So let's get on. Let's get to the next game. And we're going to have a couple of tired players because we only have 2 days until the next game. And that is surely going to be a problematic thing. So we're just going to have to take a look at what kind of players we will be able to use. Kaya Saka playing in the under 23. Oh, that's not good. We could use him. But yeah, just going to have to wait and see what happens. Let's move on. Let's get to that game. We're going to face off against Jaywell Town. And yeah, training schedules for coming week. That looks okay to me. Let's move on. I really do like when you get that professional club so that you have a lot more to choose from, and you get every single little spot to put in information in or trading scheduled into. Yeah, this is what it is. Let's move on. Now these things here are where we're just waiting and looking, and you just have to listen to what I say. I mean, I don't know if that's the way you want this to be, but at the same time I'm playing oh, what's this? Oh, rejected, yes. I'm playing the Telford save, which have the same situation like the Manchester United, where I only play the games. So yeah, I guess we could say that is the, if you don't like the situation when I play like this, you can always follow the Telford save. And a little thing is also, I do have more people are watching this. Views have been more on these this situation here than there's been with what should we call it, the Telford save. So now I know I'm 6 seasons into this one, so that might be the reason as well. But yeah, I don't know if it is because of that or if it is because, do we have, this one is not on our shortlist, is he? Yes, he is. Now, I don't know if it is because that I'm 6 seasons in, or it is because of other things. But yeah, we're just going to keep on playing and hope for the best here, and see where we're going and what will happen. And we'll just come to see. I mean, the comments should be falling in if you think it's boring that I just sit here and press this to go on. And if you don't just want the games, and do comment if you want me to just do the games and bring in when I sign players and do some tactical changes, or if I'm doing something with the set pieces and stuff like that, and then keep away all the things where I just press on to get to the next game. So, but here we can see we're going to face off against Jaywell Town at home. Now, looking at where Jaywell Town is, they're 15th in the league, so they're way behind us. But yeah, well, let's see how the fitness of our players is. Jude Russell is in need of a rest. I mean, Daniel Adset's in need of a rest. Mike Holma is in need of a rest. Bojang and Victor Akinwale is having some issues. But Ash McHarry is back since he was suspended in the last game. Akinwale, I don't really know what to do about that situation. I guess we can bring on Chris Proser in the second half to release him from that pressure. Jude Russell. I guess we can bring on Oliver Newton at the start and let Russell come on if things doesn't go the way we like. Other than that, we have Saka here, who I think we're going to be having instead of Panda as a reserve player there. Now we have Daniel Adset. And I don't want to use any of Gray or Trewitt, so we should have Emil Hughes here. And I want Hughes to first take or maybe I could just, yeah, we can put him on like that. And then we bring him on for Gray, and we bring him in for Adset. And then I think we're going to bring in Gray there, actually, instead of Paris Macoma, so that we rest him as well. And I guess we're going to be satisfied with that. This is going to be the way we're going to play today, and hopefully take a 3-pointer. Looks like it's going to be a tough one, but with all the tired players and stuff like that. But if we don't try, we won't be able to do it. So let's see what we can do today. We're going to pump our fists, and we're going to do what the assistant manager recommends us to do. And let's skip this intro. We'll get into the game, and the game is off. And it's a game against Jaywell, as we said. We're red, they're green, and still nothing really has happened in this game, which is a bit of a concern, of course. Yeah, we want to start getting some chances. Well, as long as they don't get any chances, that would be okay. But we want to get some chances. We want another 3-pointer here. We want to keep up with the promotional teams. Of course, you always want to win the division. Yeah, I'm going to replace Akinwale with Proser, but I think I'm going to wait until the second half, and hopefully he won't get injured before the second half. But he's really tired already, and so is Tyler Morton. Oh, crap. Do we have anybody that can play on the right side? I don't think so. We have a left player in Sam, but I don't think we have... Maybe Ryan Trewitt can play on the right side. We're definitely going to make the substitution with Chris Potter, Proser, yes. Morton, we're going to put in Trewitt there. And hopefully he can play there. And we're going to just have to see. We're going to be satisfied with those two changes for now. Going into the dressing room, pumping our fist, and going with the assistant's recommendation. And here we're off with the second half. Trewitt and Proser coming on. Hughes with a free kick. But they head that away. Here's Trewitt. And Newton trying to reach Trewitt again, and he does reach him. Gets it into Proser! Chris Proser! And it's 1-0 for Welling United. Oh, come on. Welling, let's not drop this one as well as we did with the game against Northampton. Let's keep up the pressure. Let's keep up the good play. And let's hope that we bring home 3 points in this game. The attendance today is 1,777, which is okay. Here's Huys with the corner. And they headed away. Here they come. Rogers. He should be offside, but we take that ball without a problem. Teresi finding Andrews, and Andrews finds the net! Corey Andrews. He scores again. He's back on the score sheet. Been some while since he scored, I guess, but here we go again. I'm always just as happy every time he scores. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. But, ooh, close header there from Yewil Striken. And let's hope that we can improve here now and keep up the pressure on the other teams here. We want to try and reach Tranmere and Chesterfield. That would be great, wouldn't it? But I know it's going to be a very hard task to try and do. But we want to try it. HS Minif, we have a couple of tired players. And who do we have on the bench? Because I think it's going to be Wiggett that goes out. I think that's the most dangerous player to get injured or something. So let's do that, and then always press there as they recommend us to do. Let's move on with the game. Zoom out again. Come on. Now, of course, Saka is not going to get any average rating in this game. He came on too late. So that's unfortunately. But at least we keep that 2-0 victory. And that's good. Very good. Every victory is important and should be celebrated. So, nice one. And we are in promotion situations, boys and girls. That's really interesting. And in the Carabao Cup, United is going to play Tottenham in the semi-final. Second leg, where United won 6-3 in the first one. That was a goal rich on goal, a game rich on goals. Truitt set for pay increase. All right. That's okay. Not good, but it's okay. And Corey Andrews is jaded. Let's hope that it's going to be a couple of days before the next game so that he can rest a bit. He's on the shortlist, this one. Let's see how the attribute is looking. Oh, he looks nice as well. And he's a winger. What I really want is actually a striker. Can he play striker? I need to scout him as his striking abilities. But of course, a good winger is not bad either. But he's a left winger, and we do have a couple of those. But the question is if he's as good. His contract runs out 26, so his contract runs out this summer. So we're just going to have to keep an eye on him. Because I don't think we're going to be able to sign him now. No. They need to release them, because otherwise we need to pay some transfers fee to their clubs, and we don't want to do that, of course. United goes through to the final. Could be that they retain the Carabao Cup title then. 8-5 in aggregate here against Tottenham. And it's going to be interesting. Let's see if we can find here and see, have the other one been played? No. The other one's going to be Chelsea against Wolves. So going to be interesting to see if Chelsea can turn that around. I could see the Wolves had won the first game, so yeah, interesting to see if United will play against Chelsea or Wolves. And here we can see Stewart had a quiet game this time. So yeah. But that, interesting as well to lend them out and stuff like that to see if they can develop. I see here now we have 3 days, and then we're going to play Barrow, and then we have an entire week where we can train and rest up the player. So it's going to be tough here to see, because I guess, what's this? Yeah, all right. That's one of the players that I was hoping was going to be released by Liverpool this summer. But it looks like they've been given an offer for him, a potential fee of 325. Now he looks like he's going to be a good player, but I don't want to take the risk to try and get into a bidding war with other teams. And Sheffield United, of course, is a stronger team than us in the just pure name stuff. So we are, of course, not going to have stand a chance to get the player. And yeah, so let's just move on and hope for the best. And it's sad to see when you put all these from under 23 teams in the Premier League and stuff like that, when you put them into your shortlist, and when you see that they get new contracts, or if you see players or them being getting offers and stuff for the players, it is a kind of a kick in the nuts to see that. So yeah, that's just a friendly I organized. So yeah, Doncaster versus Welling United match rearranged. That screws up with my training schedule. No training for my players here now. That's sad. So let's go do some training here. Can we do some endurance? No, that's a little too tough. Maybe some resistance. Injury condition reduced. Fatigue increased. That's not good. Quickness. No, we don't want to do that then. Let's go for some ground defense. And then on Sunday here, let's go for some distribution in the goalkeeping situation and hope for the best. Because we need some training, I guess. And let's look at the calendar here and the next month. Just to see, because we do get Doncaster there, and it is fixed up to be, and I'll fix these training schedules in between, because we do have, so that we manage until this episode is over in the training situation. Chelsea going through to the final is going to be facing off against Manchester United in the Carabao Cup final. They go on penalties. The Wolves was very close to going to the final, but Chelsea did what was asked of them and went to the final against Manchester United. So we're just going to move on here as quickly as we can to get to the next game, which is against Barrow Association. They're 15th in the league now, same position as Yeovil was when we faced them. And yeah, Birmingham have signed some Matthiasson. I guess that's players that I have on the short list that I've been interested in. And I'm 21. I'm sorry about that sound. Chesterfield made a non-negotiable offer for Kayasaka, and we rejected that. That's good. Cameron Evans, Jay Bros. We do have a lot of players on our short list, that's for sure. Just going to drink a little Pepsi. You do get a bit dry in the mouth talking as much as I do in this episode. I'm not used to be talking like that, so I think we're going to have that training situation now where we're going to have to be praising and criticizing players. Now, I've read that it's every player that's trained 7.25 and above that should be praised, and every player that has trained 6.5 or less should be criticized. So I'm going to do that. And we're just going to have to see how many players I need to talk to, because it's going to be a couple of them, I guess. Cameron Evans, another central defender. I'm not really in the mood to sign a lot of central defenders, even though this one looks good. It looks really good. But yeah, so I should maybe be happy that some of them gets picked up. At the same time, I of course want Neil more from Manchester United. I have such a good feeling about that player. And I'm really hoping that he could be something for us. Now, let's get in here in individuals. Yeah, look at this. This is going to be a nightmare to talk to all of these. Price per this one. Vegan 8 on Josh Line. Let's go. Price 7.6, so I need to price him as well. 7, I don't need to price him. Here we go. Paul Bunda 9.45. I'm happy that they're training that good, because that will of course make them better players. And hopefully I can either use them in the team as good players, or I can sell them on with a win, so to speak. He hasn't trained them good enough. Jude Russell has, though. So let's do like that. And then we have Chaka 6.5, so we should criticize him. And like that. 8.95, that's a good training as well from Charlie Wiggett this time. He's finally starting to show improvements that I was hoping and thought he would do already when I got him way back. I mean, how many seasons has he made for us now? He's been here, it's his 4th season, and he pretty much didn't move in the first 2 or 3 seasons, and I was very, very worried. I was thinking maybe he wouldn't become anything good. But I think now that we have another situation with this professional training, it looks like he's starting to develop in the right direction. So and really starting to develop, which is important. Loads of player here that I need to praise. Good that they've trained that good, but taking loads of our time. Now these are things I guess could be something that you would like me to skip when it comes to bringing it into the save. Just cutting it out and hope that, and so that you didn't have to see it, because you know now they need to be 7.25 or better to get praise. 6.5 and underneath they get criticized. So yeah, and it's the same. I do praise and criticize them the same way, always put my arms around them and stuff like that. So it's not something that I think that you enjoy watching. And I must say, it's not something that I enjoy doing either, but it's supposed to be doing a lot when it comes to getting results on their training. So of course I want to do it, but it is a pain in the neck to sit and click like that. You should have some way to just mark the players that you want to praise and then praise all at once, and then you should have you could mark all the players that you want to criticize and mark all of them at once, instead of having to go through with every player. I mean, sure, if it was real life, I understand that you would have to do that. You just can't. But then the situation is a bit different. We're just playing a game here, and Yeah, of course you want it as realistic as possible, but I mean, doing this, every single player going into every single player and just praising or criticizing is not a dream scenario, to be honest. There we go, 8.4. So we need to praise him as well. 7.2 is not good enough, but Wood has trained good enough. And finally, we're through here. Now I just looked at Corey Andrews. To be honest, he doesn't have that good of numbers. It is his acceleration, his pace, his determination, and somewhat of his finishing that is good. Work rate, he's got some okay work rate as well. But other than that, he's kind of low on numbers. If we look at, I mean, even Tommy Woods have better numbers. Let's go for Glenn Wade, for example. He doesn't have the pace and acceleration that Corey Andrews have, but he's not far from it. And he does have a lot of other things that makes him quite interesting to have a look on. So maybe, yeah, we're just going to have to see what the future shows here, because he's also getting of age, Corey Andrews, 28 now, and I don't know how many goals he's scored this season. Let's have a look at it. 15, the 15 in the league, 5 in the cup, so he scored 20 goals, which is interesting. I can see he's been brought up in Crystal Palace. That's another interesting thing. So he does have some experience of being in a big club. That's interesting. I didn't think that. But yeah, maybe it is time to try and find a new striker, and maybe Chris Proser could be that striker if we can sign him from Manchester United, or if Manchester United could release him so that we could sign him. That would be very, very cool. But I think it's going to be difficult. He looks like he's capable of becoming a really good striker, so I guess that's going to be hard. Having said that, I'm thinking about Oscar Thorne, our previous player. Maybe go back and have a look at if he's getting to play and stuff like that, because if he's not, maybe he is interested in coming back down now that we are in League 2. I don't know if the last time I tried to get him, if he was... Let's have a look down here and see if we have them. We have a loads of player on this short-lived, that's for sure. Here's Oscar Thorne. He's in CSKA Sofia at the moment, and he's played 12 games and scored 6 goals. Hasn't been playing very well there though. So I wonder. Maybe we should ask his agent. It's good to see that you're interested in Oscar Thorne. He would require Welling United to get promoted to League from the League 2, yeah, before he would considering joining. So maybe a signing in the summer, to be honest. I don't know. I don't want to sign him for 400,000 though. I think that's a little too steep. He's valued at 400,000, but yeah, he's got some good numbers still. So I don't know. Maybe we should put. No, we can't sort of. We can't scout him until he's back in England, I guess. In that full sense. Signed for Welling United on a free transfer. Where did he came from? We signed him from Norwich, yet one of those under 23 again. So I mean, I can't say that enough how good it is to try and get those under 23 that they release. Hopefully, of course, they should be under 20. That's my motto. I try to sign them as young as possible. Hopefully, if I get them quick enough. He chosen Crawley Town before us. Where is Crawley? Oh, they're in League One. I thought that was a non-league team or a Vanarama team. Okay, I can see him choosing them instead. But that was a bit sad. He would have been he looked like he would be a good player. But another midfielder, we have a couple of those. So maybe it's good that they took that opportunity away from us. Now, getting into the third game of this episode. Look at this. Now, of course, Hoyes doesn't have to play because Adsheads is back. Corey Andrews is in need of a rest, so Chris Proser going to be making a start today. He's really good there. Really, really good. Going to be interesting to see, though. Ash McHarry is tired, but I'm going to give him the opportunity to continue. I think we're going to go with this team. I think this is going to be interesting to see if we can do something about this game here. Let's go on. Let's face Burrow and let's just get over with this episode. Go hard on tackles. I'm not going to do that. So let's pump our fists. And let's give the fans something today. Chris Proser is nervous about giving the fans what they want. That was an interesting thing. Here's Ash McHarry. Okay, floats the ball in. There is Neil Moore making it 1-0 for Welling. Superbly done. I'm happy with that. Really happy with a good start here. Come on, Welling. Oh. Come on. 10 minutes gone. Here's another corner for us. Neil Moore with the corner. Floats it in. Akinwale! Or Akinwale. And it's 2-0 for Welling. Now, isn't this nice? Cool, cool, cool. On a corner as well. That's so good. Come on. Welling. We're off to a good start today. Where's Burrow? Are they far down in the league? They're not in the bottom though. There they are. 16th. So yeah. Yeah, they were 15th, just like J-Will was last game we played against J-Will. So here's McAsh, but he can't. He didn't reach with that pass. Get the ball though. No good one. Terenzi picking up that one. And he brings it up along the left side here. Can he find somewhere? His Proser is quick, Proser. And Proser puts it in! Third goal of the season. Now it's, of course, it's interesting and it's nice that he scores goals and everything and he plays well, but at the same time, we're not going to be able to sign him if they both need Moore and Chris Proser scoring today. Which ain't very good. Sorry about that. My throat is giving up as well. Here's Terenzi. And he puts that one over. Unfortunately. Let's see if we can't continue here. Come on, Welling. Now I am actually in need of taking a little bathroom pause, so I'm gonna be keeping quiet now while I go to the away, and I will cut out this. And I hope that you didn't notice that cut, but I really needed to go take a pee. But back now, 3-0 after the first half. Very, very interesting to see what we can do here. I think we have borrowed 2 very good players in those United players. But I think the biggest problem will be that they will get new contract with United because they've been playing so good down here. They won't be released as I was hoping. Which is, yeah. I mean, I think Chris Proser would be that player that Edshead was asking for to come in the attack, because I think he can. Oh no, Harper. Charles Harper bringing one back for Barrow. But as I was going to say, I think Chris Proser can be the striker that can help us out in the situation with Edshead that wanted us to sign a new striker to get improvements up front. So yeah, let's put in Corey Andrews. Let's put in Sam as well. And you know what? We're going to go into tactics because we're going to give Andrews his position and see if Proser can play in that lower back position. Here's Proser. Proser, he gets it to Andrews. Andrews on the run. Can he score? He does! And Corey Andrews. He's at it again. He adds another goal to his scoreline. And that's just perfect. And yeah, as I said, I don't know if that's the player that needs to leave if we get Proser for the next season. But it could be Andrews that needs to leave, or at least accept that he won't be giving as much playtime as he's had these years. Proser through. Proser! He misses the goal, unfortunately. As I said, I think Akinwale seemed to be that one, the supporting striker, and I think Proser can be the new Corey Andrews, an improved Corey Andrews, to be honest. So here's Proser through again, and he puts it in. Another goal by Chris Proser. And I'm actually quite sure that Manchester United is not going to let him go, that's for sure. That's sad. But it's maybe he will at least help us reach a new... Oh, Trewitt! Ryan Trewitt gets to score as well with that header. Nice one, and we have 6-1. And yeah, we have a good goal difference, that's for sure. 36. This tactic seems to be quite good when it comes to scoring goals, to be honest, because it's the same with my Juventus. I don't play a Juventus save. With my United save and with my Telford save. We do this 4-4-2 situation that I have. I do know that I do some small changes with them, but in my base tactics is the same in all of these teams, and we do seem to score quite a lot of goals, to be honest. So that's interesting. It seems to be quite a good, effective tactics that we are playing in. So yeah, when I can succeed in 3 teams with this tactics, with, yeah, as I said, I do smaller adjustments in every save, but the big one is of course that one, so that they do. Mac Harrier wants an improved contract. Oh, I'm going to ask him to suck his. It's interesting you mentioned that you're taking the same. Yeah, good. 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 He sacked his agent, which is good. And he signed Robinson as an agent. Let's hope he's not as greedy, because we can't afford to give a lot of contracts be risen time after time. Let's see, Atkinson Staley, 10 games unbeaten, home run continues. Oh, they've been unbeaten for a long time. Club Brugge in offer for Mbayamba. Savia, is he a free transfer or something? No, he's contracted to Apoel. Oh well, nothing we can do about that. We can't compete with that, that's for sure. Liam Higgins, he's on our track. Oh, look at that. Contracted to Everton. Another one of those that hopefully is going to be kicked out of Everton here. So we can see if we can't sign him. Hopefully he will have some good, and he's a right-sided player. That's a good one. That's actually kind of cool. He will compete against Jude Russell or Tyler Morton and Afuka. That's a. He would probably be a right midfielder for us if they release him and if we get to sign him. We're just gonna have to wait and see what happens if they sign and give him a new contract or not. We're hoping that they're going to release him, of course. Same as we hope with Neil Moore and Chris Proser. Now we have a long wait until the next game here. Maybe I should do a cut here, but I don't want to. Let's try and speed things up here. You can see here that was the game that got postponed. So now we're going to have over a week of rest, and the next time we're going to be doing something really big one is of course when we're going to be praising or criticizing players. So yeah, let's have a look at this then. Post-match analyzed with a 6-1. Let's not go into that. Important dates in February. We're not going to be playing any games until the 14th. Are you kidding me? Yeah, we are there now, are we? Yeah. So it's almost 2 weeks until the next game. That's... And they tried to... Let's say compiler acting well managed to develop a new trait. Yeah, good. Let's see here. No, none of our players. Victor Akinvale, second in this competition here, which is League 2 Young Player of the Month. So is he so young? He's only 21. All right. And of course, I came in second in the Manager of the Month here. Billy Charr from Doncaster winning that one. That's yeah. And then James Garner coming in. What's this? Rain. All right. Just because I have him in the shortlist, he gets up here. Don't know why, but yeah. And this is probably another one that we have on our shortlist then. A defender in Mansfield. Yep. Let's move on. And basic training facilities. Yes. It's the 1st of February. Is that... Let's see. Is it time for that already? No, it's not. We need to get to the Friday thingamajig. And yeah. It's going to be a transfer deadline day here, and we're not going to participate in it because we're not going to get rid of our players, unfortunately, the ones that we have that we want to get rid of. We could go through the list and see if there's anything we can do personally, but I don't think so. Trewitt gets wage hike. All right, that's okay, I guess. The board is very pleased with me, you could say. I guess that's why they agreed to improve the training facilities. And yeah, let's go on with this. The under 23 made a good game there. And what was it I was going to take a look at? Our financial situation. You can see there's 50,000 in a lost. It's going to eat up our money quite quickly. Improved training facilities, we've started here. And yeah, it's going to be up and running before the next season. So that's interesting for us. And hopefully that will give us better training facilities than basic. I don't know if it will, but hopefully it will. Managers, transfer history. Getting those two players in on loan seems to be something that could give us the edge to reach new heights. Yeah, that was, we lost Kyle Armstrong in the last episode there, yes. Which I didn't like, but we do have Neil Moore that took his position, which I like, and hopefully we can sign him. Maybe we could see if he has... No, still only have contract until 26, so still might be a chance that he's going to be released. Eddie Patry here now, our midfielder in Brentford. Should we see if he's been playing a game for Brentford so far? He's not been playing at all. They buy a player and they don't use him. That's such a shame. And do you think we can lend him back down? Let's give him 50% and we give them 80% if we don't use him. We have him as a regular starter and we play him as a midfielder because it seems like that's what they want him to play. And I think I'm going to play him as a deep line playmaker, or maybe not. Let's not give out any specific situation there. Well, they can only say no. So let's try and see, because it would be cool to have him back for the rest of the season, though. So absolutely, it's a bit of a shame. We signed him in the beginning of the season and we lose him before the season is over. Very, very sad. Good that we got Mads Mikkelsen sold. Even if I would have preferred to get him to, what should I say, get a work permit so we could use him, because I think he would have been a great player for us, but not much we can do now. So let's go in here and transfer, and let's go into the unwanted list, and let's see what we can do here. Transfer, offers to club. Let's just try and offer him to clubs. Let's do the same with this one. Yes. Then Butler, that's another player that I would love to get rid of. But I think he's injured, so I think that's going to be a problem. But I'm not going to ask for any money. I just want to get rid of these players. So let's just offer them to clubs and hope that someone will be signing some of them. These are all players on my unwanted list. Players that I want to get rid of. No. I don't want to get rid of Ryan Trewitt. Not now. Remove from unwanted list. He doesn't remove. That's weird. He's still on the list. Let's get back. Now he's gone. Yes, good. Freddie Potts, I guess we're gonna offer him to clubs. Gary Garner is another one of those old players with a high salary that would be lovely to get rid of. He's earning £3,900 per week. That's a big salary that would be very good to get rid of. But I think it's going to be a problem because I think he's a trainer as well, aren't he? Isn't he? I think he's a under 18 trainer or something. So maybe we should stop trying to sell him. Well, I don't know. Let's see. Jason Steele. Let's try to get rid of him as well. Now I know that it's going to be probably going to be mostly no, but if I could get just one of them sold, I would be happy. Even if it's just sold in that slight way that what should I say? Getting rid of players, even if they are free transfers. Just want to slim down the troop so that we can. They said no to that. That's not good. But yeah, there's not much I can do. Not much more I can do. That is. Pay 10,000 a month for him. And 20 if it 10 if it doesn't. Let's see if that is something that they will snap up. I mean, if he's not playing, why not let him play down with us for the season out at least, so that we can. And now the offer is accepted. Now it's up to Eddie Petrie. Will he come back? Does he have any feelings towards the club or to me? It doesn't look like he. Let's see what he have. Favorite personnel, scouting required. We've just sold him. That's actually a very, very poor thing. We know this player. He's been playing for us for half a year. We just sold him, and they tell me we need to scout the players in order to get any idea what his favorite personnel is. That's ridiculous, I think. Utterly ridiculous. So yeah, but it is what it is. Now it's going to be a lot of money, that's for sure. 10,000 plus a lot of his wages and stuff like that will be a lot of money. But yeah, at the same time, yeah. We're going to decline there. And let's say Filder, make Clayton Brett. A striker. Oh, and a good striker. But he's contracted to Welling. We're trying to get rid of him. That is funny. But I guess that was one of the players that we're trying to get rid of. Yeah. I'm going to do it. It doesn't look like he has a very good potential, though. But even though these numbers are very misleading then, because you could think that he was going to be a really good player with those numbers, but his star rating there is very, very low. So I'm going to let that slide. I have decided to sell him because he wouldn't be on my unwanted list if I hadn't decided to sell him. Then maybe he's been there for a year or two and started to train well, and I don't know, but it's too late to change my mind now. I'm going to let him leave if he wants to, and if he doesn't, who knows? If I bring him into the first team to train and stuff like that. So yeah. Now let's see what happens here. Loads of things happen, it seems like. Let's move up here. League 2 registration window. We're not going to do that now. And there's no offer for 10 players. And yeah, that's nothing to do with us. Nothing to do with us. Eddie Petrie rejected the loan offer from us. That's so sad, and quite irritating, I must say. I really did think that we were going to get him to sign for us to the end of the season and do something down here with us. Now they want to buy McHarry. Why? He's not that good, is he? I'm going to do like I did with the other. I'm going to ask for something around 1 million. And let's bring that up to 20. And I'm going to do... I'm not going to get any lower than 1 million like that. And yeah, suggest that. And they... Yeah, good. They bring away the offer. I'm going to do the same here. 500,000. 500,000. And I'm going to be locking those two. And I'm going to suggest it. And they actually accepted that. Oh, crap. I guess I'm going to lose another player. A 19-year-old Ash McHarry seems to be leaving us. Where did we find him? A Manchester United player as well. Another one of those. Ah, crap. But yeah, at least we get 1 million from him. I don't know what to say. Maybe we should be happy about getting 1 million, but yeah, I'm not that happy, to be honest. We're going to have struggled to find a new player to put into that position. And so, yeah, I don't know. This is horrible. Suggest that they cancelled it. That's good. Alfie Divine is probably going on loan to Bristol City. And yeah, that's nothing to do with us. Training from him. McHarry, I don't think I'm going to talk to you because you have gotten a contract that you could sign for. Brett, Clayton Brett has signed for Filder, so we do get rid of one player. The one player that I might have been a little hesitated about after I had another look at him. Let's see here. Respond. Oh, they want to pay 1.3 up front. That's too good to say no to. That's really too good to say no to. Is there anything else we can do? Maybe ask for a friendly? Nah. Maybe is there a loan back? End of season? And suggest that. They accept that, so we can have him for the end of the season if he chooses to go to Bournemouth. That's actually a good deal. We have until the end of the... But look at this. Look at all the teams that are making offers for him. And they're all making this 1.3. That's interesting. And I'm going to do the same with Aston Villa. Come on. Blackburn, 1.4. Let's do like this. Put a loan... Suggest that one, and they say yes. Let's go for accept offer, and I don't know. I want to go with this one, so I don't have to say yes to all of them. But am I going to get that loan back acceptance as well? I don't care. We're going to go accept all offers of higher or equal value, but reject lower offers. I don't know, higher or equal values and reject lower offers. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to do yes. So, let's see here. Ash McHarry's offer on this one was rejected. Accepted here with a loan back length. Yep, good. From Burnley. Cardiff. No loan back, so that's rejected. That's good. No loan back, and that's rejected here. Very low offers there. 1.3 rejected because of no loan back, I guess. Reading 1.3 rejected. Yeah, maybe they'll come back with a loan back later on here. And I'm just going to have to wait and see. This is interesting, actually, because I feel that we are actually... That's actually a too good of a deal to say no to. I didn't believe that Mac Ash was that good. And I don't feel that he is that good, but maybe he is. Maybe he has that potential. Let's have another look at him, should we? Let's go in on Ash McHarry. Really good numbers, though. But and really good PA here. But only a good rating for the senior squad. And of course he comes from Manchester United, their youth system there. Maybe that's what they see. It's going to be cool, interesting to see. And he is set to sign for Sheffield United for 1 million. So we're not going to get to loan him back because we accepted those before. We cancel if we can. We could. That's good. But does all the other one fall through with our automatic then? That's interesting. I think once we realized that we could get somewhere around 1.3 and loan him back for the rest of the season, I didn't want to sell him for 1 million anymore. Yeah, let's see what we get, because there's loads of offers coming in again, I can see. Let's see what happens here. We have another Blackburn that's rejected. Burnley is accepted. 1.5, but no loan back. No, we don't get to lend him back. Neither there. 1.5 again. 1.5. Here's a rejected one. A rejected one. 1.5 from Norwich as well. So we might be getting 1.5. But we won't get to lend him back. Well, 1.5 is a good deal. I can't say no to that. I didn't think I could negotiate it up to 1.5 million pounds. That's for sure. But how are we going to struggle? How are we going to manage the rest of the season without McHarry? That's interesting. And he's set to sign for Norwich for 1.5 million pounds. We're just going to have to accept it and make parting comments to him. Yeah. And hope that he will be back one day. Let's see, he should be signed by Norwich now. No, he's still on Welling United's. So we're going to move on, and we're going to put him on our short list, of course. Well, that was a good deal. I can't say anything else about that indefinitely, and we're going to see what's going to happen with him through the years here. But Manchester United get 15% of that sum, so they get 230. But it's a bit over £1 million that we get in, and we're almost at £3 million now. That's a good amount of money. Let's hope that the board doesn't take out any money, so that we can put that into trying to get the training facilities even better once the training facilities is done. I don't want to sign any new players with the money. I want to try and find those under 23. I think that's going to be good enough for League One as well. After that, we're going to be struggling. Championship, I don't think it's going to be good enough to just try and sign those. We need to get some other players. But yeah, very interesting that we could get that kind of money for Ash McHarry. And yeah, going to be interesting to see. Have we passed by that? Because I'm thinking maybe we should have a look at the shortlist and see if we do have any without any clubs here. We have this player, an American, so I don't think he's going to get. I don't think they will allow me to sign him. Let's go and do this. Here we go. We got James Slide, a right defender, a midfielder. I don't think. Let's have a look at him. Is he something that we could sign? Do we really need him? I really don't think so, to be honest. Charlie Ward, 30-year-old. We don't want that. And he's, as I said, he's American. Does he have any other nationalities? Can he? Let's see. He is American, but is he an Englishman as well? Because if he is, yes, he is an Englishman as well. So that means that if he's good enough, and he is an attacking midfielder striker, and he looks like he could be quite good. So I'm wondering if I should take a chance on this one. He's a free agent, and he could play on the right and left as well. Maybe he could be that left midfielder. He doesn't have a very good crossing. But he's a free transfer. And he looks good with the star ratings here. So I'm going to see if he wants to sign. A French player could be a good player to use him as well. He will not put any pressure on to get in the game. He only wants 1 year contract. I'm going to try to get him to sign a 3-year deal. Let's see what we can negotiate here. Promotion. Yeah, let's give him 25 if we get promoted. It looks like he could accept that. And the last one is James Slade, a 21-year-old central defender. Look at those numbers. A lot of jello ones here. Now, the reason why I don't scout them at the moment is, of course, that I don't know. There's no time to do that. If I want to sign him on a free transfer, I need to react now. So let's try and sign him and see what we can do. Breakthrough prospect. Let's sign him with that. Let's negotiate a contract. Let's give him a 3-year contract. 200. Let's see here. 150. Let's give him 60 there, 30 there, and 30 there, and 25 there. Let's see if he accepts that. He does. So 2 players that we try to sign here now, and yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see if he will sign. If they will sign. Not much more we can do. We can't afford to try and buy players, so we're not going to be making any effort to try and sign players by paying for them, that is, even if they are cheap. I don't know if they're cheap. There's no indication of value on them. I guess that's something that they might have added later on in a later version. And I'm not going to be continuing searching here. Let's move on and see if we get to sign those 2 players, or if we were too late. Yeah, kind of frustrating that we. Let's see what happens here now. None of them accepted it right now. If this goes over to the next day, we won't get them, because then we've been too late, I think. Maybe, I don't know, maybe we can still sign players that are on free transfer. I don't really know about that, though. That's the another one of those under 23 that I would like to sign if So, but let's move on. Transfer window roundup. So now when seems like we're not getting him or them, which is mixed emotions here. The deadline has passed, and Steele is eyeing retirement. Did we get anybody that we want to register? We have only 19 out of 20. We can only register 20. So only one more we can register, but I don't think we didn't get any players, and I don't think I have any players that I need to register. Should be Gary Gardner then, but I don't want to register him because I don't use him. So nope. I think I'm not going to do anything like that. Most of them are under 21 players, so let's just confirm the selection and move on. And as I said, I do not know if I'm allowed to sign the free transfer after the transfers window have closed. If I'm not, we're not going to get those 2 players signed, that's for sure. Welling United rake in a record transfer income by that 600 million received. We've been quite lucky with those under 23 players that we have signed, which is nice, very, very nice, and I really do recommend it. I haven't tried it on the FM23, so I don't know if it is possible in the new one, but might be. Maidstone United have approached Jamie Slade as well, and Wolves have offered Alan Mesley as job as on. Now, are we going to lose a coach? Oh, that's not good. Ask him to stay. Nice to know. I wanted, but I. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to make his own decision. I don't want to lose him, but there's not much I can do. We are such a small club, and Wolves are, compared to us, a massive club. So, yeah. I guess that there's little chance of me keeping him, that's for sure. Steele has dropped the lack of football concern. More time to keep Saka promise. Don't see what's problems there. Daniel, I said unhappy, promise not kept. What? Strengthen the first team front up front? We have. We have. But we have lent players. We have lent Prosa. Let's go with that. Oh, he was happy about that answer. That's interesting. So he will stay. That's nothing to do with us. Let's move on. So Slide is, of course, the lesser one of the players that I tried to get. I want, first of all, that can play as a winger because we lost the winger. And if we could get that winger in, I would be happy. So, yeah, let's see. Still a long time until the next game. That's unfortunate. I mean, we can't even see it. It's still there. It's the last game of this episode. And now they are unhappy with me. Loads of players are unhappy with me. And I'm going to have to discuss the minutes. Let's see. You should have stuck to your guns and kept Ash here. He was one of our best players, and we're a weaker side now. That I understand you can say I wouldn't have sold them if I didn't have. No. All I can do is assure that I will be replacing him. Ash was proving to be a lot more trouble. No, I'm not going to be. I think this was a smart move. We've lost a good player, but I think the team will be a lot better off without him. We need to all move on. I don't think we were going to be. We've lost a good player, but the offer was just too good for the club to turn down. Everyone has their price, and Ash was no different. That's the one I'm leaning at the moment. There is a great atmosphere in the dressing room at the moment. Don't spoil that by allowing this issue to affect all of you. Drop this and concentrate on your football. I'm confident that I have the backing of the vast majority of the squad. No, I'm going to go with this one. And I guess that's a fair enough. It's if the money was important for the club, then I'm happy to accept it. Good. And everybody's pleased, so that's good. And that's positive. So, yeah. But it is. It was the thing that made us sell him, of course. I didn't want to sell him, but £1.5 million, I couldn't say no to that. That's way too much money down here. I mean, if we'd been Manchester United or something, and he was that important, £1.5 million would be nothing. That's a week wages for some players almost. So, yeah. But down here, that will keep this club floating for years, which is important. Maxwell is not getting the... Oh, I'm going to be talking about that then. Yeah, let's go with that. So, yeah. But long wait here now until we get... And we're going to have two of those praising and criticizing situations. So, yeah. And Ismaila Gobojang, you know what? I think it's too long of a wait. So I'm going to actually do like this. I'm going to be turning off the recording now, and I'm going to be turning it back on once I reach that game. And then add them together, just cut them together, and hopefully that will be good enough. Because I think you're going to have to wait and get really tired of me if we're going to wait that long. So for you, it's just going to be a snip. For me, it's going to be some time to get there. So see you there. Well, as I said, it was a short snip for you, but a long time for me. And we didn't get the defender, but we did get the American player, Indiana, and his number doesn't really look as good, but they look okay. And I'm training him to be a left midfielder. I guess I'm going to start him as a reserve, or maybe even put him. Maybe I should put him in the under-23 for a starter. And yeah, let's do that and bring up Bojang. I think we're going to do that. I think I want to give Bojang the opportunity to be in the first team and take that position that Ash was having. Let's see, where's Bojang then? There he is. Let's move him up to... He is in there. Okay, so we take away his playing for the under-23 then. And let's go into tactics instead, so that we can just right click on him. Where is he? He is here. So, weird one. All right, let's put him in there. So we're going to put our effort into Bojang. There was a reason why I found him interesting. So I'm going to put my effort into him now and see if he can reach something good now. He's 19. It's about time that he starts to blossom if there is something in him. He's got 19 in determination, which of course is very good, and will hopefully make him train a lot better and quicker, and perhaps we can get him up to a good player as quick as possible, and so he can feel comfortable in that position that was Ash McHarry's. Yeah. But as I said, I still signed that American because I felt like he could be, if Bojang doesn't live up to the Ash McHarry, we have another one to try out in that position. And after that, we will just have to see who will get that position in the long run. And as I said, of course, it was a sad thing that we had to sell him, but I feel that that was the only thing that we could do. It was too much money to say no thank you to, and it will hopefully, once I get the new training facilities done in the summer, I might even be able to ask for an improvement of the training facilities at once there and hopefully get it. We're just gonna have to wait and see, but it puts us in another situation, in a better situation with those £1.5 million. So yeah, I'm not going to complain about them, that's for sure. Even though it was a bit of a sad thing, of course, to have to get rid of him. We're going to do this for the fans, and we should be quite rested. I actually quite forgot to pick the players, to be honest. I just went with the players that played in the last game, except for Ash McHarry. Crap. They take the lead. That's not good. Yeah, we did put in Paris Macoma. But yeah, let's hope we can play better than we've started here. Cheltenham is 10th in the league at the moment. So of course we would love to get a 3-pointer out of this, so that we can stay in the promotional situation instead of falling down to the playoffs now. Let's not hope that the loss of McHarry will affect us so much that we might even fall out of the playoff situation at the end. I'm hoping not, but you never know. Here we go, Ad's head. Have to bring it back to Moore. Moore tried to find Akinwale, but he doesn't. Here comes Cheltenham then. Good ball, but Wiggett is there. More Wiggett, Moore, and Macoma reaching out to Morton. Morton. Oh, he tries Macoma instead, but Mackenzie is there, stealing that ball to Oakley. Here they come. Oh, crap. This doesn't look good, and Waters is there, and it's 2-0. This isn't good. This is really bad. And I'm really sad. Always press. Let's see if we can get up there and press that. We could. We need to do something in the second half. But what? What are we supposed to do to get something to change here? Oh, crap. I'm thinking. Here they come again, though. Bojang blocking that one, giving it to Prosa. Terenzi brings the ball up. Mahoma, Bojang shoots! Oh, he hits the post. Oh, he could really have used a goal or two to get himself up. Let's go into the dressing room. Let's thrash our arms and be quite annoyed with the team so far. Hopefully we can play better in the second half. Let's see what we can do. I'm gonna wait a little while before I do some changes. Here's Macoma and Wiggett and Proser again. Come on. Now, of course, it's good if they play bad in one sense, because we really would love to be able to sign them. As I've said, let's pause the game because I'm going to do this. I'm going to take out Neil Moore, put in Saka. We're going to take out Proser and put in Corey Andrews. And the last thing we're going to do, we can take out Morton or Bojang. I think we're going to take out Morton because Bojang, I don't think we put in, yeah, we get Sam Thomas to play there. But we get Ryan Trewitt to play on this side. Let's do that. Might go to pieces, but it might be something that could help us turn this game around. We're just going to have to wait and see what happens now. At least we have done something. Yeah. But it doesn't seem to affect us anything because it doesn't give us any opportunities. Here they come though. Pinay. And Newton steals the ball, but couldn't find anybody there. Adset get the ball though. Andrews, Bojang. Andrews was on the run there, but he had to stop because he saw that he was running into an offside situation. And Terenzi getting back that ball in a good way. Adset, Trewitt, Akinwale, Adset, Newton. Newton gets the ball in, and there's Bojang, and it's a goal! Ismaila Bojang brings one back. And, yeah, can we still have 20 minutes. Can we get a point out of this one? I'm going to be shouting that I demand more from them. And, yeah, 10 minutes to go. We're going to go attacking. Mahoma with the corner. Gets again, and Wiggett is there! Charlie Wiggett! 2-2! Yeah, I'm not going to change the mentality now. We're going to change it to that attacking, let that bit run out. And maybe we could get a 3-pointer as well. 2,209 attendance here today. Come on. Bring us another goal. Will ya? Will ya? Will ya? It's the last game of the episode. I would be very happy if you scored another goal. But I guess I have to be happy with 2-2. We looked like we were going to lose this game and we ended up with a draw. I'm going to have to be satisfied with that. But of course, it was a great comeback, but we needed one more. We needed 3 points to keep pressure on those teams up above us. Now we're underneath the promotion situation again. And that's a shame, but nothing we can do about it now. We just need to, well, all we can do is play better in the future, so let's hope we can do that. But I hope you have enjoyed this episode. Do like, subscribe, and all that nice stuff. And take care of yourself in this dangerous world, and try to have some fun. And I'll just end with bye-bye-bye-bye.